the Short Sale Monkey. I'm sitting here with Phyllis, one of my past clients, and Robert. And we're just breaking a little bread, having a little coffee, celebrating the fact that we closed the short sale on our property. Just wanted to chat a few minutes and throw out some good value and some good tips that we learned in this transaction. And first of all, I'd like Phyllis just to kind of talk about where you were before you met Robert, who brought you to me, and then where it kind of went from there and how you felt it ended up.
Well, actually, I met Robert, and he was assisting me in renting a home here in Austin, and at the same time, I was also I had been approached by Bank of America to possibly do a short sale on my property. So they told me I needed to get an agent ASAP, and I called Robert, asking him if he would assist me with that, and of course he did, and in turn, that's how we met Aaron. Yeah.
And in the beginning, you tried to do a modification, and the bank wasn't very helpful. They were telling you to miss payments and all this crazy stuff.
Right. Bank of America, when I initially saw that I was heading that direction, they basically told me until I had defaulted on my mortgage, that then they would be able to assist me. So after I did finally have 3 months of missed payment, I called them. We tried to work through a loan modification that wasn't successful for various reasons. I had even asked about a short sale, and I didn't get an answer on that or a reply. So I basically was just waiting for the foreclosure. And when I met Robert, I got a call, I think within a day or two after meeting him, from Bank of America, and said, "Well, are you interested in a short sale?" And I'm like, "Well, by all means, I felt that was beneficial to me to do a short sale." Yeah. So I definitely called Robert, and I just want to say that you guys have just been awesome. Especially when a person going through something like this and not familiar with the process. You all made it tremendously easy for me, and I just really feel that I've met two great guys.
Well, cool. Thanks for that. And just so you know, the modification process failure was not your fault. That program was initiated in April of '09, and to date, only 11% of people that have applied have gotten modifications. It's a disaster for the government, a disaster for everybody involved. So you did nothing wrong there. The lenders seem to tell you, hey, miss payments, and then we'll give you some workout options, and then 2, 3, 6, sometimes 10 months later, oh, sorry, that doesn't work, but now you're so far behind you can't catch up, and you're in a bind.
Right.
And it happens
so strange
all the time.
Yeah, what was so strange about it, they were encouraging me to move back into my home, to set up, and all that, because I wasn't in my home at the time. And in order for them to even start the process, and I'm like, well, I don't want to move all my stuff into this home when I'm already set up in an apartment that I just rented, and for you all to turn around and tell me a couple of weeks later that I don't qualify.
Right.
And then, I've spent all this time, and then, possibly lose my deposit that I had on my apartment. I'm trying to move forward, not go backwards.
Right, exactly. And now, from a realty standpoint, Robert, you hadn't done a lot of short sales yourself.
Yeah, I attempted a few myself with limited success, and then, and for any realtors watching this, it's not worth it. Don't try it yourself unless you are going to dedicate yourself to getting a full team and going forward like Aaron does. What I like about the relationship that Aaron and I have is I do the listing and all the MLS and that part of it, and then you just take it from there. When we get a contract, it's so easy. We just goes to you. He takes it from there, and then he follows all the financial aspects of it and makes sure that thing is done, because you have a team and you know what you're doing, and that part of it. It's not for the weak. I mean, you really have to know what you're doing in short sales. So
this one was unique. I mean, you have to know the details. He's exactly right. This one was an FHA short sale, and in fact, it's kind of funny. This was our record short sale. We got it approved in 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So there's another video on our blog that shows the details of that. But we actually had the buyer come in. The offer came in. It was really right according to what the FHA guidelines would accept. So we had to tweak it a little bit to make sure that when we send it up, and that's part of it. You got to make sure that when you send the offer up, all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed in such a way that you're going to get the approval the first time. You don't want to delay. The buyer wants to move in the house. The homeowner wants to avoid foreclosure. You want to get the deal closed. Why waste time up and back with stuff that's not going to work? So we went the up and back in the beginning before we sent it to the lender, made sure everything was right, dialed it in 100%, sent it up at 11:30 in the morning. By 2 o'clock that same afternoon, we had approval, and we closed, 2 weeks later?
Something like that,
Yeah, so I guess some takeaways from this is, one of the things we didn't talk about was just the cooperation from you.
Yeah, and that's critical too. The other thing is, I mean, this is a team effort for everybody, including the bank, the short sale specialist, but especially the client. And I've had the short sales that I attempted myself. I had very limited success, I guess, with the client. Sometimes we'd ask for a document. It may be 2 or 3 days, a week or two. And Phyllis was just on the spot. I mean, I would ask for something at 10 o'clock in the morning, and by 11:30 I'd have it. I mean, it was hours that she would respond, and not days and weeks, and that helps the process so much, and that's why we had, I think, a lot of the success we had.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, we do dozens and dozens of short sales right now, handling about 50 files, and it never fails. There's always delay in getting documentation back from whether it be homeowners or buyers or agents or whatever. And the more responsive you can be in a short sale, the better communication you can have during the process, the better off you're going to be overall. So,
Well, I also want to interject that you all were, number one, let me know exactly what you need up front instead of this piecemeal. Sometimes you work with people, okay, I need this, I need that, and you provided me a list. Hey, these are the documents we're going to need, so if you can start working on them. And that was helpful. I appreciate that as well. Let me know. And also, you all kept me on top of what was going on. And that was also important, made sure I knew the steps that was going to take place ahead of time and what to expect. So,
yeah, very good.
I'll call you all my dream team.
We'll take it.
We'll take it, that's right.
No, excuse me. So some takeaways. Making sure that you have a good system in place for short sales. Knowing the guidelines that the lender needs or the guidelines that the lender expects before you even send anything to them so you can get a quick approval. And then just overall cooperation with everybody to get you what you need as fast as you can get it. So these guys are great to work with. I know we have an ongoing relationship with Robert in short sales, and if you're doing short sales yourself and you're an agent out there, give us a call. We'd love to help you. Aaron Ayotte from Short Sale Monkey. We'll see you at the next video.